up? We are at the Winter is Coming hair, skin, and head wraps event. I don't know the exact name off the top of my head.
Winter is coming.
You know Ceeceescloset, that really popular brand that sells head wraps? Mira. Show them yours.
Wait. Ceeceescloset.
Exactly. You see? Look at this. It's so pretty.
She slapped me in the face with the.
Whoops. Sorry.
So this is the one that I got.
We're gonna definitely borrow because I'm using that one day.
Super pretty, and more importantly, it comes with a silk lining.
Yes.
So you don't have to wear a scarf or like anything crazy. You can literally just put it on because of the silk lining.
If you guys have been wearing your head wraps without silk lining or a bonnet or something, it's really damaging for your hair. Don't do that.
Especially if you have natural hair. Wool and those kind of materials snatch your hair clean out. Edges gone. So it's really important.
If it's not silky, it's not good for your hair.
And it's really important that if you do wear scarves that you like, head ties and stuff, make sure you put a scarf or a bonnet underneath. Exactly. But if you shop at Ceeceescloset, you're good because they have the silk lining underneath the scarf, and it's lit.
The more kinkier your hair is, the more susceptible your hair is to damage in its most natural state. So even if you weren't doing anything at all, no color, no combing, no brushing, no manipulating one bit, the kinkier your hair is, the more gentle you have to be with it. It's broken into three main stages, right? I call it CAT. Catagen, anagen, and telogen. Every single human being right now on this planet, their hair is going through those stages. Anagen is the active phase of hair growth. So right now, as we sit here and talk to each other, 75 to 80% of the hair that's sitting on our head is an anagen, actively growing, right? So the rest of the hair is either actively resting or actively falling out. Most people lose about 150 strands of hair a day because your hair is either, that 15% is either like falling out or it's resting, getting ready to fall out. Now, the rest, the 75%, the anagen phase, that's actively growing. So you can say to yourself, what makes someone's hair like get all the way down to their, the small of their back versus not? So anagen is very dependent on genetics. So if you have a long anagen phase, your hair, 75% of your hair is actively growing over a longer period of time. So your anagen phase could be 10 years. Mine could be 5. So that means for 10 years, your hair is actively growing. We've somehow gotten away from hair care professionals, and that's actually not good. That's actually not good. So we're all on the same page with our catagen, anagen, telogen. We know that the anagen can be disrupted by physiological, pathologies like nutritional deficiencies, hypothyroidism, different things. We know that scalp conditions can disrupt the anagen phase, and we also know that we can disrupt our anagen phase, right? So we understand that what we see on social media might not necessarily be what we're going to get because of these factors that no one talks about. Everyone on the same page? Yes. I should have a difference. Because remember, you can't do anything that you are, this part of your hair, if you didn't know anything before today, and you've been ruining your hair today, this part is actually already messed up. Like that part, you can cut it off, you can try to hold on to it, whatever you want to do to it. But so now that you know what the anagen phase is, now you can measure based on your scalp, because that hair is the one that's growing, that you can actually measure and understand. If today I decide to change my regimen, in 6 months, a year, I should have maybe that much growth. That should be different from what I was doing before, right? Okay. So when it comes to your hair care regimen, actually I want you guys to all write this name down or put her name in your head. Her name is Dr. Crystal Agua. Probably not saying her last name right. A-G-U-H. I'm not saying, but she is a Hopkins dermatologist, hair care specialist. She is thebomb.com. She wrote a book. It's 90 Days to Healthier Hair. And I feel like it's a good read and everybody should go and get this book and read it or download it on Kindle because she gives some really good tips about how to select products, how to grow your hair to your best energy. Hair care videos once a week to once every 2 weeks. right? Once a week to once every 2 weeks. 2 weeks, the max. Oh, boy, you mind about these ingredient labels. And since we started the company, it's crazy how this hair care industry has like completely like fooled us all. So we're traditionally taught to like look at things from like the first ingredient to the last ingredient, right? And whatever the first ingredient is, the most that's in there. And the last ingredient is like the last that's in there. But what if I were to tell you that like if I made something with like 99% water and 1% whatever else, and I could put like 0.001, 0.002, 0.003, 0.001 of like 50 other products, 50 other ingredients. What if I were to tell you that I could actually put those in any order I want?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, that makes sense.
Blown, right? Blown, right? Blown, right? Y'all like getting us there. They've been getting y'all for a minute. That being said, all the brands aren't bad. All the brands aren't bad. You have to find a brand that you trust the most and that you're willing to use. But I feel like it's very important. I feel like if you've never known how to do your hair or you're not good at it, you need somebody to sit there and like tell you at some point, once every 6 weeks, once every 8 weeks, once every 3 months, to be like, your hair's a little different. People like oils for some reason. I feel like our Restore oil is one of the biggest sellers, but I also feel like you need, in order for you to use oil, you should use water before you use it. Point blank. Right? It's kind of like just slathering something on the cuticle and it's not moisturized underneath, and you think, I feel like oil is more of a protectant, more so than it's like a moisturizer. So I want you to understand like moisture and hydration, that comes from like water. And then the oil you can use as something nourishing to the hair strand. Right? So that's something that you actually need, water and oil, every single day. There should not be one night that you go to bed, whether you have a protective style or not, that you don't put water and oil on your hair. So like glycerin is a great humectant. It attracts water, it holds in water. So you should actually have glycerin in your regimen. Okay, so one, as I mentioned, is glycerin. Glycerin is a great ingredient. I love the apple cider vinegar. I feel like apple cider vinegar is a great ingredient when it comes to softening the hair shaft. I feel like softening the hair shaft, also helping with scalp conditions. I feel like when you have dandruff or dry scalp or like itchy, flaky scalp, apple cider vinegar is a really great ingredient. I like castor oil. People don't like castor oil, but I like castor oil because it's a good, heavy, protective oil in a protective style. Not all the time, but it's because sometimes it can be a little bit too thick for hair when you just kind of have it out. But in a protective style, I like the castor oil there. I love tea tree oil. Tea tree oil is proven, if you look in the literature, it's proven to help with, it has antifungal properties, it has anti-inflammatory properties. So I feel like it's one of those oils that's like, even in science, it's backed by science as a good oil.
Alright, so this is our full-size silk line hair wrap. So, is this the wrap? I don't mind if the black part of the silk shows. Some people have an issue with that. I'm not sure why. But if you want to do it, there's ways that you can strategically hide it, and I'll show you the black on the style. So I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite and one of the quickest styles to do with the head wrap, especially like for the silk line ones. So key thing when you're wrapping, you want to always, always, always cover the nape of your neck. So you see, keep your head down. Right here, all of her hair is covered, and that's where I'm ending the wrap. Can you have three, please? Thank you. And then we were talking about evenness before, right? If you want your wrap to be even when you're tying it, it's got to start even from the first tie. So I always match it up, move it around until it's there and it's even. And then I'll tie it down. So for this style in particular, I'm leaving the top open, but what I'll usually do is tuck that away. Can you show me the top open? Okay, so for people who really like to hide the silk, they don't want anyone to see it. For this style, before I even start the knotting, I'll cover the silk so that I know that all I'm seeing is the frame. And I'll do the same on the other side. This one's got a little bit of silk in the front, so just cover that up right there. Okay? And then, so this first knot, this is like your security blanket knot. Like, it's gotta be tight, it's gotta be snug, that's how we stay it on. Especially since it has the silk, it's gonna have a little bit more give. So it's gonna loosen up over time, so you don't have to worry about getting out of it.
Oh, okay.
I think you're a pin drop. That was quiet. So I took that knot and I'm gonna tie it over here. And again, if some of the silk comes out of the knot, just cover it again and cover it again. And see this one, this edge is coming up. You just feel that down. And because I tied it nice and snug, I know it's not gonna come up. So this second knot is a loose one, and you do another loose knot on top of that. And I'm stacking it up nice and neat. So I'll see some people, they'll be like, mine's gonna come out like yours, and they're tying their knots this way, that way, and this way, and they're doing all types of dances with their knots. They're like, but I can't get mine to go like yours. So one of the things, if you're especially trying to recreate a look, you need to be paying attention to the details of how they're doing it. So all those knots that y'all saw me do, they went horizontally, right? And I'm making sure that they're placed this way. If I have my knot sitting like this, it's not gonna come out the same way. Hi, welcome. Oh, welcome back. How you doing, Jason? Okay. Now I'm gonna do a very loose knot at the top. And this is one that y'all are not gonna see. And in that opening that I had earlier, I'm gonna tuck this in. And then from right here, this opening here, tuck that into my loose knot.
I would have never been able to do this. That's so cute.
Release it loudly. You need to do that a couple more times, I can feel it. One more time. Inhale that problem, that paycheck, that job, that boyfriend, that sister, that friend. Inhale it, those bills, and release it. I find that most women don't have a skincare regimen. They tend to jump from product to product to product. And so you really are not, your skin is not used to a certain particular skincare regimen in place to help combat the dry skin or the oily combination skin. So we're going to talk about that. What I see a lady about is using a humidifier in the house. I mean, you guys know what a humidifier is. Not everybody. So we know the humidifier helps retain the moisture in that space. So using the humidifier in the house during the winter months will help minimize dry skin. Let's talk about food. So during the winter months, it seems to get colder, and we tend to reach for heavier foods. You still want to implement drinking lots of water, of course, but reaching for fresh fruits and vegetables, because what that does is the heavier foods tend to clog your pores. The fresh fruits and vegetables are the antioxidants and the toxins that can help release the antioxidant and toxins in your body, but your skin is not clogged, exfoliating. So this is my technique of food. We tend to be, women of color, we tend to be a little bit heavy-handed when we come to exfoliate, or we tend to over-exfoliate. But what you're doing is when you're exfoliating, you're removing that top surface of your skin. And if you have dry skin or during the colder months, what that does is what dries your skin out. Big fan of allowing your skin to breathe. You don't necessarily need a floral essence and this thing and this thing. All you really need is a cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and exfoliate. All the stuff, if you're into skin,
Do that again. One more time.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Cleanser, a toner, a moisturizer, and exfoliating. Definitely use eye oil for helping combat, the wrinkles, or as I don't believe in anti-aging. I believe in protecting your skin as you age, because it's just inevitable. But keep your skincare regimen as simple as possible so that you don't have to worry about all these extra steps. You definitely want to incorporate a serum underneath your moisturizer because the temperatures are different, right? It's colder. So you want to combat and protect your skin against the elements. In addition to the pollutants that's in the air. So you definitely want to do that. At night, no. Obviously, your house is a lot warmer. There's no need to layer on the serum and the moisturizer. You could just use the serum. Like when I go to bed, I just use face serum. A sunscreen because UVA is really nice.
Let's say hello. Hi. What is this station about?
This is a lip and body scrub.
Lip and body scrub?
Yes, you can use it for either one.
Okay.
Just not your face. But the brown sugar is gonna do the exfoliating. The caffeine from the coffee is gonna like energize your skin and wake it up. You have olive oil to moisturize, and then pumpkin to give you proteins and enzymes. And then
Proteins and what is it?
enzymes.
Enzymes, okay.
And then a little bit of lemon for as a toner, and then some vitamin C.
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. So I'm with Girl in Hair, and if you were here earlier, then you know it's for, hey, how are you? I'm with Girl in Hair, and you know, our primary focus is like protect your hair under protective styles, and
Yes,
also use it without protective styles. So the base of all of these is shea nut oil, and then we have different ingredients with different benefits: revitalize, soothe, growth. You can make your own, or we have them pre-made for you. We have them. So this is a shea nut.
Go ahead. Walk us through. Walk us through.
Okay, I'm gonna add some rosemary oil. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, 2 drops, they say.
2 drops of rosemary oil.
And she was like, yeah, I mean, we've been waiting. And she was like, it's okay, you can go
What about this? I missed that one.
Just drop some in there if you want to
Rosemary
drop some.
oil, no tea tree for me, no. How many eucalyptus drops? 1 drop.
It's not even that comfortable. If you don't let me get my facial. So the lady said it takes 10 minutes.
Eucalyptus
And so
oil,
I'm just
okay.
going to do this.
You want to drop some of these little things in there?
Which one is switch again? So this is rosemary, this is conjula flowers, palmetto berries, and this is echinacea. So the benefits of, if you know what that is, I just found out. Echinacea is like inflammatory, so soothing, and also one of the cool benefits was like helps manage anxiety. So maybe you could just smell in it, just throw it in there. Yeah. Okay, I definitely need some of this. I feel like I'm gonna make a mess. Oh, it's okay. Should I just do 1 scoop? What's the recommended? This ain't gonna work. I know. I dropped most of it.
Yeah.
It's okay. Okay, I didn't know. Like the mess is fine. Okay, that's gonna have to be enough. I forgot what this one is, but it's
drop
probably
it in
good
there.
for it. Palmetto berries. So that is growth. Oh, I need to get a double scoop. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure to check us out on Instagram.
Will do.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So cool. Oh, I'm excited. Can I make something soothing?
So nice. On top of that, as I was walking back to my chair, I stepped on this object that got stuck on the bottom of my shoe. Y'all, this is how I know it's divine intervention. Look at God. God had me step on a small crown for the queens of New York. We just
If
found.
that's not a reason to subscribe, I don't know what is.
Just found our logo. I'm gonna keep this. And it's flat on the bottom. Like, what are the chances?